everybody doing? Sounds like my volume is down. Let me get that corrected. There we go. So here we are, Sunday, Chat and Jam, 6/25/2023, 5:04 p.m. We've got a good show lined up. Actually, we don't know what we're going to do. We're just going to go live without a net. So let's get some boys in here. I think one of the boys might have a special something going on today. Let's get him in here. We have Mr. Symmetry Trev. Welcome in, Trev. I understand that it's your birthday today, right?
Yep, made it. Another lap around the sun.
Very cool. How's it been going? Did you get everything you wanted?
So far, yeah.
So far?
Nice hangover. I saw the sun come up this morning. So
right. Open your eyes this morning. It's a good day. Yeah. So I hope it continues to be a good one for you. Let's see. Who else do we have? Trev forgot to ring the bell today, but no, there's R2.
Snuck right
Let's get him on in here. What's going on, Mr. R2R3?
Yo!
Looks like you got your ears lowered a little bit there, man.
Yeah.
Little trim.
Happy birthday, Trev.
Thanks, brother.
Right on, right on.
I wanted to play you a birthday song, man, but it ain't happening tonight.
Still having trouble with that interface, huh?
No, the interface is fine. It's just getting the DAW to work with StreamYard. It's just not friendly with the group gathering here, man.
With the podcast format, it's just not gelling, huh?
I had let's see, what time is it now? 4:00 Central Time. I've had an erection since like 8 this morning, and I was so excited. I wanted to jam.
You're ready to go.
I was ready to go. Got everything hooked up, and then we did a little test run here.
No boy.
But anyways, that's how it goes.
Roadcaster Pro 2. So anyway, who else we got? We got somebody else waiting. We got Mr. John Shane.
Shaking, man. Happy birthday, Trev.
Thanks, brother. How's it going, neighbor?
What's that happening, John?
Outside a computer crash just before we went live. No,
Right?
nothing.
It's just one of them days, man. It's just one of them days.
Echo, technical difficulties.
Yeah. What can you do? The show must go on, right?
Absolutely.
Speaking of the show, we wouldn't have a show if it weren't for all the guys and gals in the chat. So let's open that up, see who's here. We have with us today, Stephen Franklin was the first one in. Good to see you, Stephen. We got Graphite and Cigars. He was just hanging out, hoping for some pre-show snacks and root beer. I don't know about root beer, but, hopefully you found something. Mr. Rob Blackmore Official, good to see you, man. We got Gitter 1952. Welcome in. Mr. Mick, wishing you a happy birthday, Trev. Welcome in, Mr. Mick.
Thanks, man.
We have Symmetry Trev, who is on the panel here. We have Joel, who is actually my brother, as you see there. What's up, Joel, my brother?
Brother from the same mother? Right.
Brother from the same mother,
Real
yes,
brother,
sir.
brother.
You know, it's pretty bad when you can't get your own family in to watch your shows, till 6 months after you've been doing it. But anyway, welcome in, Joel.
I blocked all mine, but anyways.
Joel plays a little guitar, does a little drumming, a little bassing, so maybe we'll see him.
Send him the link. Send him the link.
Get him in here one day. Let's see, we got Joe Hervey84, who says, I'm here. Welcome in, Joe.
Good to see you, man.
We have Hit Metal Works. Welcome in, Ken. Good to see you. And Jimmy Ray Hawkins. Welcome in, Jimmy Ray. Always good to see you. We've got, who else? Miss Patty Dill. Welcome in, Patty. Always good to see you.
Patty
Got Alonzo joining the chat. Welcome in, Alonzo. Let's see, who else do we have? We have, let's see. Andy Carson is in. Welcome in, Andy. Good to see you.
Andy Carson.
Hope your day is going well.
My newest Facebook friend.
There you go.
Nice.
William De Silva's hanging out. What is going on?
Brother.
What's up, brother?
We got Bocephus Mode. Welcome back, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you again.
Damn, I was almost there.
Right? You were almost at 5150. You were at Bocephus, and then it just all downhill from there.
Then the
Got John Shane in the chat and on the panel.
Hey, I know that guy.
Guitar Man 45 says, hello, Ryan, OU812, Trev, and R2. I guess he doesn't like John.
Screw you.
We got
Still
Riff in
sore
here
about
today.
that H90 thing.
Right.
brother.
Welcome in, Riff. Good to see you. Let's see who else we
Rick's
got in
in here
here.
early.
Richard Friend is hanging out.
What's up, brah?
Good to see you, man. Let's see who else. Did I say hey to Graphite? Yeah, he was one of the first ones in.
Yes, sir.
He's looking for the snacks.
GNC, how are you, brother?
Let's see. Guitar Man 45 saying hello to Hip, but not John yet.
Dirty fucking.
And I said yes, sir, and Siri just came on asking me what do I want.
Did you tell her you wanted a Rodecaster Pro 2?
I bet she has one close to you,
You hear
too.
that?
You
Oh,
know, you know you're never going to hear the end of it, right?
I need
Let's
that sound.
see.
I need that sound effect that goes. No.
Oh,
Oh. Kicking
we
the-
got Polly Walnuts joining us. Welcome in.
Oh man.
And I think that is everybody so far. So anybody new, we'll try to catch you as you come in. So what's going on, guys?
Sunday fun day. Had
I'm
lasagna
gonna ask-
for breakfast.
There you go. I was gonna ask,
Lasagna for breakfast.
what did the birthday boy do since he woke up?
Had lasagna. Watched a bit of Pete Thorne and got ready for this.
What's Mr. Pete Thorne up to now?
Well, he just got back from the Sweetwater Gear Fest. Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, I remember a bunch of YouTubers were putting some stuff up on that.
Yeah.
I thought he was he had flown out and was doing some shows overseas again.
Well, the shows are coming up local with his
Oh, okay.
his other band, his summer band, touring.
Very
around.
cool. Very cool.
Or local?
Local.
Local. So, how was the lasagna? You might want
was
to
good, man.
message Quentin and tell him that the lasagna was good.
Yeah. It was
That's kind of an
on point.
under the bus joke, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you see
So-
his 5 packs of bacon? on
Yeah.
Facebook today?
Yep. Got to have the bacon.
Bacon and
So-
hot dogs.
I want to address something just real quickly. I was watching the show a little earlier today.
Uh-oh.
And you know, as you're in the shows, you're trying to help out in chat. You know, you got conversation going, and a question came up about the pronunciation of a certain cymbal manufacturer.
Wait, hold on,
And-
Ryan. Hold on, Ryan.
Yeah.
We need to isolate. There you go.
Oh,
Okay,
come on! Don't need all that. we can do without that. We can do without that. So, you know, I was trying to help out, and I had a little clip of something that you know. There's an artist, Chad Smith with Red Hot Chili Peppers, who's been with this particular manufacturer for nearly 40 years. He said, and if anybody else was in that channel, I'm not going to say where it was, but some people have already, you know, messaged and said, what was it that you sent? Because I sent it to the person that was directing the show, and basically he said that he didn't want to start an argument and that he didn't care, and it was distracting to his show. So my apologies for distracting the show, trying to
How
give
dare
the
you.
correct pronunciation of something that was a 5-minute discussion in the show. So
Pronounced EVH.
you know, so anyway, you know, just for my own satisfaction and those that were in the show and asking what it was that I had sent, here you go.
Some, 38's pretty good. That's the standard. He's gonna hit it. Eric Peisty, God bless him. 38's pretty good. Hit it. Eric Peisty, God bless him. Hit it. Eric Peisty, God bless. Hit it. Eric Peisty, God bless him. Hit
Wait,
it.
I'm sorry.
Eric
Can you
Peisty,
play
God
one more
bless
time? I didn't
him.
hear it.
38. Hit it. Eric Peisty, God bless him. Hit it. Eric Peisty, God bless him.
I believe
So-
he said Eric Pasty there. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he said Peisty. Eric Peisty.
He's pretty feisty, that guy.
Yeah. So
Really liked him and
Looks
Step
like-
Brothers.
He needs some sun. He looks a little pasty. back there.
you know, a few minutes before in that clip, I just clipped, you know, where he said Eric Peisty, the guy's name that
From pasty.
from Peisty, that he's known for 40 years. And you would think that if he had been introduced to the man and said the man's name incorrectly, that he would have been corrected over the past 40 years. to know to say his name, Peisty. So there we go. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I mean, is that what you guys heard was Peisty?
Pretty much.
Pasty.
I've always known it as Peisty.
Peisty. That's how I've always known it.
And
I've
the
always
reason
known
why-
it as Zildjian, to be honest with you.
There you go. There you
for
go.
Sabian.
So, my apologies for
Ludwig.
trying to participate in a chat of a show that I was watching. If I disrupted anything, in my opinion, there were other ththings going on in that chat that were way more distracting and destructive
Spam.
to the,
and I know what you're talking about, man.
the spam of the chat that was going on. So
Right. And I think
I've said my piece. We'll leave it
some
there.
individuals are thinking we're attacking others, but we're not.
We're not.
I had to clarify what I said. I guess when you type something, it comes across a certain way. And I told a certain individual to soak raisins in brandy.
That sounds
And,
fucking delicious.
It's
Truth be told.
yeah, right. But I mean,
We making some pound
you
cake?
can eat 100 raisins with brandy in it. You're not going to get drunk. But anyways, the individual
Sorry.
took it that I'm not going to drink any liquor, so I'm not going to drink any alcohol. I'm not going to.
And that, that's fine. That's
fine, man.
their
That's not what I
prerogative.
was trying to say. Is
I must have missed that portion of it, but
I just said
I don't know. I took a little offense to being called disruptive and argumentative in a chat that I was just trying to participate in. And I know that's probably not the way that was meant, but, anyway,
Sorry.
What I did was just turned off that program, moved on to something else.
there you go.
Yeah, I was in the middle of trying
But
to.
it
get
wasn't
this
because
shit
of
going.
that. It was because of the spam. Truth
Right.
be told.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see what you guys in the chat are saying about any of this. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Guitar Man 45 at John DeShane. Sorry. You come on after, so hello.
I love you, Bo. I love you, brother.
What else we got going on? Andy's got some bad storms going on. Luckily, he's got his wife's car cleaned up back in the garage. Nice. Richard Friend says Paisty. There we go.
Tasty.
Let's see. Graphite Cigars at Symmetry. Have 1/3 of your birthday present ready.
See, he's taken it upon himself to become my Jedi Master, and he's going to show me the ways of the Force, if you will. So,
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
working on some music theory courses.
There you go.
What a
Appreciate
great
it.
guy, man.
So Stephen Franklin says, for the record, Paisty. Is that what everybody heard? I
Seems to
mean,
be a common theme,
yeah. So Joe Hervey says pasties.
That's what goes on the nipples, isn't
I think
it?
he's thinking of something
Certain
else.
states.
Richard Friend, well, look, I have a friend who is one of the biggest comic artists in the world, and he constantly mispronounces his favorite artist's name, but it is pronounced Paisty. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah. It's not a potato thing.
No.
It's a definitive way to say it. It's a guy's name.
Yeah, he said the man's name, Eric Paisty. So, Graphite and Cigars, this entire bag of poo is disruptive to the show. Well, you can always turn it off, I guess. I don't know. Joe Hervey loves the drama. I don't want any drama. I felt like I was being blamed for some disruptive chatting or disruptive something, so I just wanted to voice my side of the opinion. So, Andy Carson, when I worked at a music store, the rep for Paisty said that it was Paisty. There are interviews with Alex Van Halen, and he pronounces it the same way. What was that? I missed it.
This is just
That's a
so
funny thing.
so redundant at this point.
Hey,
It's awesome.
we've got something to talk about, right?
That's right.
This is our forum now, so
That's right.
we can talk about whatever we want, whether it's disruptive to whatever's going on or whatever. Let's see. Alonzo has a question. What amp is your tone coming from? It sounds sick.
It's a plug-in
that
from
is-
Brainworks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I've got a Line 6 pod Pro back no. It's the EVH 5153 Stealth 100 watt, running through all kinds of studio gear and whatnot. Richard says, I said pert for a million years for Neil, but as a kid, I didn't know.
Right.
How do we say that one? Is it Peart?
Yeah.
Peart.
That's the way I go.
Yeah.
Peart. Neil
Right.
Peart. I don't know. There we go, Patty. Some thumbs up for OU812. Let me give myself a thumbs up over there. There we go. Let's see. Bocephus says, you guys are awesome. Love this show. Hands down. Well, we appreciate it, man.
Right on.
Let's see. There we go. Stephen Franklin, I was trying to argue with you. But see, I wasn't trying to argue. I mean, they went on about it for like 5 minutes back and forth, and I just sent that clip. And then I was told I was starting an argument and being disruptive to the show. So,
And the whole thing is it has nothing to do with pasty or peisty. It doesn't. It's the response to it was disproportionate to what
you know, it is what it is. We all love and adore that person on that channel. So, let's see. No, we're not going to name names. We're going to leave it at that.
Not hard to do the math on that one.
Nice guy took it the wrong. Yeah, maybe, perhaps. Let's see. Ken says tomato. It was a symbol.
It's not even a musical
says
instrument.
Symbols. Let's see. William says, with all due respect, who
Cabs.
GAF, how it's pronounced, as long as we all know what we're referring to. Yeah. Well, I mean, the only reason I sent that was because there was a 5-minute discussion between, is it this or is it that? Is it that? Is it this? There's the history of this is that, and they came from here, and da-da-da. I was like, well, I can help out. Here's, somebody that would know how to say it, saying it. So,
Was it data or was it?
Well,
data?
here's another one, man. This is gonna sorry to interrupt you, man, but I just started thinking about it. It's how would you pronounce this? And they actually, the brothers, these are two famous brothers, had an argument on how the last name was pronounced. The brothers had an argument how their last name was pronounced. You ready? Appice or Appice?
Yeah.
Carmen Appice or Appice?
never heard of them, so I have no opinion.
Oh, you never heard of
No.
He plays the drums.
the drummers?
There you go.
Damn good.
The only thing I would be concerned with is how he says the name of his symbols. Is
So
it
how would you
pasty
pronounce-
or pasty?
Appice
A PC is the way it's kind of spelled,
PC.
right? But it's
A
pronounced
PC.
different, I think.
or Appice?
I want a PC, a pasty. I want a piece of pasty.
It's funny because one brother is Carmen Appice, and the other guy pronounces
So they disagree on their own last name. That's just
There you go.
crazy.
yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. So Alonzo's going to grab him a 50-watt Stealth. Cool, man.
Nice.
Very cool.
Is that EL or 6L? Do they come in both variants?
No, they have got the Stealth 6L6, which is the blacked out model, and then they've got the EL34 Stealth 100 watt. I don't know about the 50 watt.
Tell us, Alonzo.
Let's see. Stephen Franklin says, the only thing I kind of took offense to, I can't have an opinion unless I own a gong. I'll go out and buy one just so I can say pasty. Oh man. Joe's getting bored, so he's got to go walk the dog.
Have a smoke while he's up.
No, that's his excuse to go past wind.
Oh man. Oh, he didn't get far enough before we heard it. Let's see. Ask us later. We'll let you know. I'm not going to mention it on air. Let's see. John has a strap-shaped object with a Floyd. That is correct. You want to tell us what that thing is there? Maybe give us a couple bars or something?
This is a parts caster. So it started off as a traditional Strat, and then I made it more to my liking. So it's all parts. I think it's an all parts body and a Warmoth neck. That's the Thorn 2, and then a couple of Lindy Fralins in it. Yeah, and I got this one's actually a FU tone one. FU tone.
Nice.
Very cool.
But it sounds good. I like it. If I could play. So I still get the Stratty tones because I've got it split. So
Nice.
yeah.
I just said Floyd and not Kaler.
Oh fuck! Come on.
So we got, let's see, get that off of there. Jimmy Ray says it like it's spelled, I guess we could say.
That's really close to allspice to me.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. The two brothers are Carmine or Vinny Appice. Or
A
Appice.
Pacey
both
or a
drummers?
Picey?
Yeah, two famous drummers, man.
Who do they play with? Or
Oh,
they're like
my
studio
gosh.
cats.
There's a comment coming up.
Trev can tell you.
You got your, where was it? Who was it? You have Vanilla Fudge for Carmine. Vinny played with Dio and Black Sabbath.
There you go.
I think.
Where did I see some of
Carmine
that?
says he played on Bark at the Moon as well. Says Scotty Brockaway. Hey, Scotty. Cheers, man.
Hey, Scotty.
What's up, Scott?
Looking forward to seeing you on
Scotty's
Ben
on
show later.
Ben, yeah.
What's going on, man?
Dudes.
Let's see. Where did I get lost here? Oh, Andy had talked about your guitar.
Thank you, sir.
William says probably.
It's for sale, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure there was no offense taken. Oh, there it is. You were talking.
Yeah.
Carmine played with Vanilla
Should have
Fudge.
highlighted it.
Yeah.
Full screen.
That's usually the easier way to do.
Keep forgetting. Pass card.
Graphite and Cigar says neither. He plays real cymbals made by Zildjian.
Or Sabian.
There you go.
Or is it Sabian?
No, it's Zildjian across the board.
Zildjian. It's pronounced pasty, like the sticker on boobs. Okay. Hit Metalwork says he likes the way that William thinks. That one. Carmine says he played on Bark of the Moon too, but he's full of Shiite. Yeah, we also have the Diadario or the Didario.
I play both those strings.
Both of them?
me
Yeah,
too.
you get both versions.
I use the Darios on the bottom and the Diadarios on the top.
There you go. That's a hybrid set, right?
I love when you go to Guitar Center, you ask for them, and they correct you.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Then you ask for the Dean Markley Blue Steels. You guys remember those?
There you go. Yeah.
If you tone Goto 1996T, that's
Yeah.
similar to the bridge that was on the EVH models, right? The Ernie Ball Music Man's.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, cool. The only difference is it doesn't have the offset saddle adjustments, right?
No, straight on.
Yep.
And the top or bottom knife edge is a straight line instead of half a circle.
As opposed to a Floyd would be, yeah.
The one on the thick E string side.
Yep. I would think that would work
How do
better.
you know that? And I have the damn thing.
I have to get one of those to go on the Ibanez because the Ibanez is 74 and a half frickin' millimeters from pole to pole center.
buy this
whereas
guitar.
a
I'll
standard
sell it to you
Floyd
cheap.
is 74.
I was just going to say, I would think that straight knife edge would give you some adjustment if you have one that's just not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If John will sell it to you for the same price as a
No.
FE Tone bridge,
No.
Nope. Steve Franklin is asking, didn't Carmine do drums for Hawaii 5-0?
Love that intro.
yeah. See, they're great session players too.
Yep. Speaking of intros, I stuck a little video that I had found on my computer of my band playing years ago. Little solo spot that I had. It wasn't the best quality, but hopefully it came through.
When was that? At the beginning of the show?
Yes.
Yeah, you may not have been in.
During my crash?
You want me to play it again for you?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like to
Yeah.
see.
That's why Guitar Man 45 didn't say hello to you.
Everybody put your headphones on. There we go. Like I said, it wasn't the best quality, but
Why so angry, Ryan?
angry.
You were beating that thing like you
Well,
owed
you
your
know,
money.
you got to get into the groove of the song, right?
That was killer, man.
That was an unpublished one, meaning that it didn't make it to our CD. It was one that I had started writing afterwards, and we had it up enough where we could play it live, but we had just finished the CD. So the only copies of that are probably on my computer.
Now you get a copyright strike.
On myself, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You owe yourself money.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. As soon as I started playing that, Andy got out of here. Said you got to go fix his guitars.
Gutters.
Oh, gutters.
It was raining.
Gutters, guitars, same thing. Right?
That's what I did
Pasty,
for the morning.
pasty, pasty.
Tomato, tomato.
Same thing.
Had to do that. Get on the
What's up,
ladder.
Ryan Hall? Good to see you.
Cascade Waterfall.
We have not served the brownies yet, so you're still in time.
I'm hoping there will be cake.
Let's see. Anything else happening in the chat here? Nope, not much. Oh, we got Papa Blue jumping in. What's going on?
Thanks, man. 31
Welcome
watching,
in.
20 thumbs up.
Awesome.
31,000. Nice.
We appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. So, John, did you have something prepared for today? Something you've been working on?
Well, working on since last night. So, excuse the mistakes, but yeah, I'll give something a go here.
Cool. Let's hear it, man. Very nice, man. Very cool. And if anybody recognizes what that was, there's
Yeah,
trivia
there's-
later.
Exactly.
Anybody-
One shot, sort of rock and roll
Right?
trivia.
Yeah. One
Thanks,
shot.
Tony. Where's Tony?
Yeah. Let's see. I had a question that was up there. There it is. Joe Hervey asks, Ryan, what picks do you use? Are you asking me, or are you asking Ryan Hall, or are you asking the other Ryan that's in here?
I'll bet he's asking you. Just a hunch.
You would think.
Yeah.
Well, my pick of choice is actually the 0.6 EVH picks with the texture that's on them. But
Capstone.
I literally will kind of pick up whatever is here. I've got an older Fender. No, what is this? No, this is a Brain pick. It's got the texture on it as well.
My brain.
See if I can get that to focus so you can see that texture on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got just a guitar store pick that's laying here, Sam Ash. Usually we'll use a thicker pick when I play the acoustic. I've got one of the EVH nylon picks laying here. So really it's just whatever I grab, but typically I will grab the 5150 picks. I tend to like these. And you may ask, do I play them because of the the grit that's on there to hold it. Nope. I used the grit for a trick that I learned from, what am I doing here? There we go. From the Edge. And he uses that grit to scrape against the strings. And it gives him a real chimey type sound. Hear that? So like when he does that grit gives him that extra kind of scrape and chime, I guess, on the strings. So I tend to kind of use that in some of my playing.
Learn something new every day.
R2's just chatting away and I can't hear him.
You should have never told anybody that trick.
Why is that?
Because the people try to figure it out, you know? Like, how did he get that sound?
Oh,
I would
well.
have been like, ha, 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 F you. No,
See you, Andy.
See you, Andy. Good luck with those things.
Yeah.
yeah, I hear you, brother. I was up at 2 a.m, man, trying to get those pods. I call them helicopters, those little seeds collect on my gutter, and they clog my gutters. And 2 a.m, I just hear it sounds like somebody pissing outside my window. And yeah, it's my gutters overflowing. So I'm out there with a little ladder, scooping them out. 2 a.m, storming.
GNC says, I like felt picks. Great for single note playing. Keeps things from getting too bright. Does a felt pick even plectrum the string?
You felt
Go
it?
out into the back of piano and rip out one of the.
Yeah, next on David Letterman, Stupid Guitar Tricks with Steve Vai.
Good time.
Cobra Kai says, love the Edge. It might get loud was amazing. It was
Cheers, Cobra.
it was a little it was pretty
Cobra.
good. It's just me personally. I thought they could have had, I won't say who, but I thought they could have had a different guitar player in one of those positions that they had.
And a couple of feisty cymbals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the dude from
Made for the mandolin. Okay.
the guy that's all into vinyl and stuff, right?
Who are you talking about?
Who was the guitar that you think should have been?
Well, they had Jimmy Page, they had the Edge, and they had Jack Black.
Jack Black, yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll
Jack
let you
Black.
determine. Isn't that his name?
No, it was the guy from. He
Jack
looked,
White.
Jack White. I'm thinking,
Jack
yeah,
Black's
Jack
the-
Black, Jack White, pasty,
Tenacious
same thing. Jack White, yeah.
Black or white.
I thought that he was, yeah. There we go. Cobra Kai says it. Like he was a little out of his league there,
Yep.
you know, with those two players. But it was cool. It was good. Jack Black, School of Rock, man. School of Rock.
Pick up destiny.
Yeah.
He had
Hey.
he had a show on HBO years ago. It was just a Tenacious D show, and there were like 20-minute episodes. Absolutely hilarious. It's like it took Spinal Tap, you know, struggling two-guy band to a different level. It was great. And it's HBO, so it's uncensored, right? It's worth looking at the old HBO episodes.
Yeah. Let's see. Graphite Scar says the Edge was not exactly in the league next to Jimmy either. You know, I'll agree with that, but for what he has done over the years with his use of effects and making things musical the way that he has.
Yeah, he's a pioneer, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I would put him right up there, you know, with Eddie as far as
Just
being a
Cobra.
pioneer on the guitar.
Cobra said it should have been Angus. I think it should have been Jeff Beck, but it's just me.
Well, who knows? Maybe they asked all these guys and they were like, nah.
Yeah. Nobody else had the day open.
Yeah. who knows?
Sometimes there's politics involved too, right? Jack White might have given him funded it or something along those
Yeah, who knows?
Keith
Yeah,
Richards.
Jimmy Ray says a while back he was jamming on a custom EVH. I read an article about that, and he was saying that he typically likes to play guitars that fight him. You know, he doesn't want it to be easy. He wants to get, you know, different feedback from the guitar. He wants to get a different feeling from the guitars. So he wants them to be not as perfect as, you know, as other guitars. So he was then saying that I think he was working on a new album, and he wanted to try something new, and he wanted a fine finished guitar. And the guitar that he found that was just like almost playing itself, which I can attest to, was the EVH Wolfgang USA models. So, yeah, he was jamming on custom EVH. What's up, Timothy? Trying to start another fight. No,
Was there a fight already that I missed?
not that I know of. Yeah.
Beef.
Ryan Fraley, welcome in. Says, no offense to you two, but the edge was effects pedals. Yeah, but there's some skill in doing what he did with those effect pedals. So,
The litmus test you got to look at it is everybody had the same gear back in 1982 or whenever they started, and nobody ever sounded like the Edge.
yeah.
And he took that and he pioneered it. I mean, it might not be your thing, and it might not require super shredder skills and all the rest of it, but you gotta. I mean, he's right up there with the greats as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I challenge anybody to, even though his licks are pretty simple, you know, like, let's see if I can do a facsimile of. Knowing how to get your delays and all those times and coming up with that and saying, no, I'm going to set this at that and that and that, and then it'll talk back to me and fill in this note here and that note.
And
Yeah,
also,
that takes some.
one of the most recognizable players. Takes 3 chords and you know it's him.
I think I know what
Well-
they're trying to say. I think they're trying to say, if like, put this guy, give him a guitar and just have him play without any effects.
Was I the only fella that heard Michael B. singing when you started playing that?
Right. Yeah, but see, and that's the thing too, is a lot of times, for me, if I plug straight into an amp, you know, people say you should be able to plug straight into an amp and be able to play. I don't like to do that. That's not why.
No,
I like all my delay. I like my effects, and I play better, and I like the way it sounds better. So, you know,
I used to go over to my buddy's house, and he would just play his amp dry, and he'd go, "Come on, man, just play some tunes." And I'm like, "Do you have like a delay or just reverb? Just give me some reverb, man." And he's like, "Dude, what?" And I told him this many years ago. This is like early '90s, and I said, "Reverb is my security blanket." I go, "I just needed this little reverb because it just sounds so dry." And then I'm listening to and watching Paul Gilbert, and he was playing a Marshall combo amp, and he goes, I need a little reverb. It's my security blanket." And I went, "Oh,
yeah,
yes,
Yep.
that's what I'm talking about."
Yep.
And I go, "I just need a little something, just so you can hear that little echo, that little openness that just makes you want to play. Because if you turn off that reverb or the delay, it just doesn't inspire you to play." That's what I'm just thinking. But
and it changes the feel under your fingers. Yeah, I mean,
You know, it's a lot like amps, tube amps in general. Like you take a Wizard amp and you listen to it, it sounds fantastic. But that bastard fights you the whole time, at least me, because it's stiff as all get out. Right?
like playing a
Fryette.
SLO 100.
Well, Fryette, same thing. I mean, they sound fantastic, right? So it's about, compression and, they go into phase inverter this and post this, and I don't know what it is. But it's the same with effects. Like, I played years and years dry, completely dry, but it was in 2-guitar band, and that's kind of what it called for. But, I mean, in a single thing or when you're creating something, why not have the sound that you like? It's like bedroom players dialing in a live band sound to play at their bedroom. Sounds like shit. Dial in full nice sound, you know, that you like, that's compensating for the no bass and all that other stuff. But
Yep. So Scott says back then no one sounded the same as someone else. People these days chase tones instead of finding their own. You know, I agree with that, but what's wrong with chasing a tone that you really love? You
It's all
know,
about the smiles.
when I heard Live Without a Net and Balance and, you know, the FUCK
Yeah, Ryan.
tone,
Just kidding.
I'm just using myself. I was like, that's the sound. That's the sound that I want, you know? And so that's kind of what I went for. And there's nothing wrong with that as far as I know. Kurt 5150, welcome in, man. Name is Jeff.
It's Jeff.
Now here's the question. GNC asks, did you two use feisty symbols too?
Zildjian.
I guess we'll have to do some research on that.
I have to agree with John.
I don't know. I'm kind of happy with my guitar tone.
Well, the thing I was going to actually mention that, I mean, you got a, outside of the EL34 difference, you've got a Dead Nuts Eddie rig, right?
Pretty much.
Well, from the past is what I'm
Yeah.
But if you watch any of Ryan's shorts, I mean, he's doing Alice in Chains, he's doing all sorts of other
Floyd.
stuff altogether, right? And it's definitely not an out of place tone. It works with so many different things, right?
Kind of blends in.
And your original stuff isn't Van Halen. Well, you've got some Van Halen riffage, but most of your original stuff is, you know, it works perfectly with it.
And it sounds like me, you know?
Sound like you.
You know, so I have no problem with chasing that tone and playing with it. What was it I was playing the other day and you were like, yeah, it doesn't really mesh with that?
Yeah, there was something, wasn't it?
Oh, it was Hendrix.
Right.
Hey, Joe.
Right.
You're like, yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. You know, if you were, you know, rocking it up a bit, you know, heavy metal style, it may have worked.
Yeah.
So. Ryan Fraley says, I am not a Wolfgang owner yet, but the ones I have played are the specials, and those play so easy. I would agree. That's what I'm playing here this morning.
That's what I wanted to play today.
Well, you still got time. You can hook that thing up. You know, we can work with whatever issues are there. So Scott says, I did that too with Randy Rhoads' tribute tone, but I mixed it with other stuff that I like too, like Scott Ian's tone and myself. There you go.
Yeah.
Scotty.
There you go.
Yeah, Scotty's a good cat. He knows.
Yeah,
He knows
for sure.
how it is.
EVH. And
I haven't tried a USA Wolfgang yet. When you do, you will be spoiled. You won't want anything else.
yeah, you might
I
not
mean, if
want
that's
to.
the type of guitar that suits you. Kurt says, if you play a dry amp cranked in a bedroom, then you play same amp cranked outside or large room, the echo natural reverb makes it sound so much better.
yeah.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Rebop.
Steven says, I have the new Paiste effects in the wet, dry, wet setup. There you go.
Poke. jab, poke.
Yeah, exactly. Scott says, I'm not Randy, so I can never sound like that, but it was a good inspiration. For sure. Yeah.
Oh, don't be Randy.
Bo says, to me, I
already.
use whatever effects needed to fit what you were playing. There you go.
Right tool for the job.
Well, they're
Scott's-
inspiring too, though, right? That's the other thing.
That's what Scott's saying here. I like exploring the gear and what kind of noises I can get out of it. So, for sure. You know, you should check out the Albatross pedal, Scott.
Come on. I'm going to take you outside the toe shack.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
take
Okay.
yourself back out.
I deserve it.
That's an epic shot, man.
Mr. Dan Gorman, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Hey, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Cheers, Dan.
Jimmy Ray says, love the tone, gain, overall sound you get from your rig. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. No, you're not late. We're just getting started, Dan. You didn't miss much.
Yep.
Let's see. Art. Let's see. Okay, Kurt's cracking a beer.
Yeah, brother.
Pretty nice day out. We're in the mid-
Big bass and scoop mids don't work in a band. I
Unless
agree.
you're Metallica.
Right. You know, that's the thing, though,
that's
is
kind
with
of my tone, actually. I can push the mids up higher, mic'd, than I do for my personal comfort in the room. I like a lot of balls.
yeah, with what I've got going on here and the way that I've got it, I think that it sounds great by itself. You know. But then if I play a track and I play it with that track, it seems like it mixes right in.
Yeah,
So
that sounds pretty well.
now,
Yeah, it
mind
might
you,
sound really good is if maybe you turned it up to, let's say, 4.
yeah, that's too much headache.
How about 9?
Literally,
99.
99.
We
Let's see.
do a lot of offline jams and stuff together, and
Team meeting.
Ryan did turn it up to 4 a couple of nights ago, and he hit one chord and his shorts fell down. It was so loud. But
I was
we
literally
do jamming back and forth, and we haven't figured out the latency thing. But talking about blending really well in the mix, you know, we're playing over backing tracks and stuff, and it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's such a big, wide, huge sound, right?
Yep. Now, mind you, if I were playing with a band somewhere, my settings would be different than what they are, you know.
Yep.
But for mixing and miking them and coming in, it's a great dry tone, or not dry tone, but by itself tone. And then, like you said, it just mixes in very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else is going on. Bo says the Wolfgang I just bought a week ago had to be set up and had fret sprout, but it's good guitar now. You got the solar bursts, if I remember correctly. Is that right? Let's see. Stephen Franklin loves the shotgun. There you go.
Best shotgun
We have
on the internet.
two bin one. Hey everybody, welcome in, man. Any more interviews? Love the ones you guys have done so far. I'm working on some. Nothing is 100%, but I've got some good feelers out there, and be very, very informative interview if I can land this next one that I'm trying to
Send
work
Joe
on.
the link here, and we'll interview him right now.
Yeah, anybody who wants to be interviewed, come on. Send me an email. I'll get you a link. Email is in the description. Also, I think we're live on Facebook. So if you guys haven't checked out, got a Facebook page, you can go check that out. Let's see. Kurt5150, I am with you on this one. I'd like to smash an albatross pedal live on the air. You know what I would like to do with one live? Somebody recording it. Pull! Let's see. Tubin 1. Is it Tubin? Tubin 1? We'll just call you Tubin 1.
Obi-Wan.
To Obi-Wan. There we go. I was in a cover band situation last week in my 5150 Red channel, and it did not work that well. I used the clean channel, pushed with a Boss Super Overdrive, and it worked way better. See, that's unusual because I've always, in a live setting, used a 5150 and very rarely used the green channel. I was typically on the middle blue channel, and then when I went into solos, I would hit the red channel, and it just boosted me up just a bit. It gave me a lot more compression, and the notes would kind of sing out a little bit more, so it always had worked well for me. Maybe something going on with your amp, or just the way it was set up or used. I don't know.
Was there another guitar player in there as well?
In that clip that I played?
No, the fellow's situation here.
A tube in one?
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
you
know.
need one of these.
Let's Let's see. Stephen Franklin asks, what do you guys use for backing tracks? I kind of turned John on to this program. I use it. It's called RipX, and you can take any CD or whatever, and you can rip the vocals off of it. You can rip the guitar out of it, and then you can play over it. That's what I use for, when I do Summer Nights on Transtrim Thursday. That is the actual song off the CD with Eddie ripped out of it, and I just play into it.
Yeah,
So.
I use the same thing. It's great.
Yep.
It
It's
looks
fantastic.
a little janky when you go to the website, but it's worked really well.
Yeah, it's legit.
Yeah, it is.
And it's such a great practice tool, Let's see.
Yeah, this is the track I was playing to. Does anybody know what it was? Yeah.
In the chat, anybody know what that is?
Okay, Brian Adams. Well, that's a good one. We'll have to keep that one under wraps for a while.
Yeah,
See.
we'll have to let you guys keep guessing. Cushman, NYC. Welcome in, man.
Hey, buddy.
Good to see you.
Cushy.
Let's see, what else is happening? Ryan Fraley says, I watched a stream where Philip McKnight called out the fenders for fret sprout for what it's worth. I guess a lot of that is, what guitars is that happening on? Is that happening on a custom shop guitar? I doubt it. Is it happening on a made in Mexico guitar? Probably. Is it happening on the US version guitars? Don't know. I got a phone call I got to take. I'll be right back.
Oh, Kurt, you got it.
Well, all I can say about that neck sprout thing, man, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad guitar. It could be the conditions that wherever you're at in your region of the United States or country or where you're at, humidity has a lot to do with it.
I would say yes and no, R2, because I think maybe most guitars, I don't want to put a price, but under, $2,000 type of thing and under, there's a certain level of detail that they do in the finishing process, right?
Right.
And like this one here, I've never had neck sprout on it, fret sprout, but my other one, which is a Warmouth neck, had it, stainless frets. Sir, no way, it's not even a chance. Right. So I think if they really go to town on the finishing, the last 10%, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Less chance of that.
Yeah. Now, I will admit that, some of the guitars that I played from the EVH line, take one off the shelf, like the
Frankie?
well, not so much the Frankie, but the 78 Eruption one that they came out with, the $1,900 one. A lot of those I found, man, they would slice your fingers up.
Razor blade.
Yeah.
See, that's all my guitars that are pre-2000. I never have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Some of
the woods are just dried out. They're just
some of the Wolfgang specials that I've picked up off the shelf had some fret sprout. So I think some of it is some quality control, but some of it is you can't really, ship it to a different humidity.
See, my Wolfgang pointing at it because I'm looking at it right now. My Wolfgang made in Japan. I believe it's a 2011. Had neck sprout in the wintertime here. Just because it was used and the previous owner sanded down the neck.
Mm-hmm.
You can just tell just by the way it felt. And so when the humidity changed in here, I started feeling the neck sprout. And so what I did was at that time I grabbed that opportunity to file down and sand down the neck sprout on the stainless steel frets. So that way now we're in summertime here. I don't even feel it anymore. And going back into winter, I don't feel it anymore. So
But
I
what
did it at the
happens
right
when
time.
it unsprouts? Does it suck in? So you're
So that when it gets in the wintertime, I guess it shrinks. But I did it at the time where in the wintertime when the wood was shrinking and the next sprout came out and I filed it down. So now when the seasons change,
all the way around.
it doesn't do it anymore. But I noticed that's when it happened. I go in the wintertime when it was dry and the heater was on. I didn't have the humidifier on. The wood shrunk and the neck sprout. And so I think what this individual did was I think he realized, I'm assuming, he sanded it, filed it down, the neck, and felt like these are stainless steel frets. I'm not going to even mess with them. Sold the guitar. But whatever, man. It's his loss, my gain.
And it doesn't do the old nonsense?
No, it's fine. Yeah, it doesn't get caught underneath. It's fine. So like right now I'm playing it. It feels great. I'm like, I don't even feel the net sprout. Just one of my guitars did that. And it was a custom shop Charvel, the Charvel that I had. It got really, really dry in here. My humidifier took a crap, and I started feeling the neck sprout in the guitar. Never have I ever felt that guitar, and that Charvel neck is beautiful. But I just took care of it at that time. Just a little bit of just finesse and sanding
What's up, Randy?
edge of the frets, and now it doesn't do it anymore. I mean, but I my whole point is that the individuals that can't afford the higher end guitars, the custom shop guitars, and they're buying these made in Mexico Fenders or Wolfgang. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. You can take care of it. Just take care of the guitar when the seasons. If I'm talking about the individuals that go through these different changes. People in California, I'm sure they don't have to worry about it. You know, just have a guitar that you have to take off the freaking neck to adjust the truss rod. If you have to adjust the truss rod, I hate that. I love that truss rod wheel. I think that's the greatest invention ever. And I think that's what Eddie put that on his guitars. I'm assuming that, and there's a lot of old school players in here that, bolt-on guitars without the truss rod wheel is just perfect. You live in a climate-controlled environment, that's great. But if you have to take off the neck to adjust your truss rod, I think that's just the worst thing Leo Fender ever did, in my opinion. For bolt-on guitars.
I hear you, Scotty. I mean, you see it's almost anything now, right? It's like, this is the best. It's like, no, it's not. Nothing's the fucking best. Tell me what's good and what's bad.
Yeah. Whatever's the best is what works for you.
So GNC says it was happening on the American Vintage and American Pro 2. $2,300 guitar should be perfect, not something that has to be set up. I agree with that.
100%. 100%.
If
Are these woods that have been sitting for a while? Have they been demoisturized? Lack of a better word there.
Yeah.
Aged.
Slab of maple's been back here for 15 years.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Those guitars, those necks, you never have to worry about because they just been
Quick driving to kill 'em.
You know, I'm typically one that does not like to order a guitar online. I like to go. I like to see it. I like to feel it, play it, You feel how it resonates, hear it, smell it. If it smells like maple syrup, with a roasted maple neck.
Oh,
So if I were to order a guitar and it came and it had fret sprout, it's going right back.
Right.
I don't care what I paid for it. So
I've told you guys a story about the all rosewood neck Fender that I played at Guitar Center, right? And I was in a live chat somewhere. I think it was on Steve from Boston, and he had like an all rosewood Fender neck on a guitar. And I typed in the chat and I said, I went to a Guitar Center and I saw this Fender Strat and I loved it. I looked at it, played it. Oh, phenomenal. But man, I thought the salesman next to me smelled like shit, man. I was like, what the hell is that smell? And then I'm like, dude, what the heck? What? Start smelling yourself. Or you start going like, what? So I put the guitar back and I pick up another guitar. I didn't smell anymore. And then I went to go pick up that Fender again. All rosewood neck. All rosewood. I'm talking about the fretboard, the neck, everything. Headstock. And I got that smell again. And I go, dude, what the hell is that smell? And someone told me in the chat, Steve from Boston, that said, sometimes when all rosewood necks, if they're not dried out properly, they have a distinctive stank to it. And I'm just like, dude, this smelled like ass, man. I thought somebody rubbed their ass right up and down the neck. I'm like, I'm not paying $2,000 for this guitar.
Right, what's this brown on my hand?
Oh my goodness, dude!
The brown cell.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's the brown side. Kurt says in the Pacific Northwest, I have 0 issues with wood shrinking, 0 neck issues or fret issues.
So he's the same climate as us, basically.
Yep.
There you go.
And what do you play, Kurt? You got a bunch of, I know you got some
EVH guitars.
homemade ones, and do you have EVH stuff or PV stuff?
Plays a guitar like this.
What's going on, Tim Thomas? Welcome in.
Cheers, brother.
What's up, brother?
Bo says he expected that the guitar would not be to his specs, and he has them all reworked and set up. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Away.
Yep.
I know another guy like that.
Yep. Let's see.
What's up, Bryce?
Scott says, I expect something I pay a lot of money for to have no issues from the factory. I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, we have Mr. Robbie Stingle. Welcome in, Robbie.
Cheers,
Robbie says, I offer a truce. Say pasty any way you want. Next sprout happens from using an unaged wood.
What's up, Robbie? Welcome back, brother.
Robbie, there was no offense, projected or meant by that. I was just trying to help out. So
Yeah, man.
you say tomato, I say tomato. It's all good.
Big man, Robbie. So,
Yes, sir. Robbie knows that we all love him.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Let's see. Stephen Franklin says, my 2010 Made in Japan Wolfgang never had any issue with neck sprout. The only ones that I've seen issue with were the Made in Mexico. I was really, really super surprised with, I hate to keep showing this thing off, but
Oh, you really hate it, right?
yeah, I really hate to show
I hate
this
it.
purple burst off. I tell you what, this special Made in Mexico purple burst, quilt maple top, roasted maple neck, gold Floyd, gold nut, gold tuners. When I picked this up in the shop, this local
accident.
shop, yeah, I just happened to stumble across it in a local shop. I was amazed at how good this thing felt compared to my other specials that I had. Other specials were good. This one I felt rivaled the quality of a USA made. And I still
And
feel
that's-
that way.
Hey,
That's the thing with being able to
careful
rub
there,
the
man.
racks, right?
Careful.
Careful what?
I'm just messing with you.
I'm not gonna say that it's
No.
up there with
You
the
know what?
US.
I don't mind when somebody actually owns
Right.
a USA for them to say that.
That's there was a forum on Facebook that somebody had said they had bought brand new Wolfgang pickups and they were going to put it into their Wolfgang special. And I'm like, it's the same pickups. And that started a whole debate war. And I was just telling the dude, those are the same Korean made pickups that are already in your special. Because a lot of people, think that it's still the USA made pickup that you get in the aftermarket retail box.
Right.
And, then the whole big argument about how they're all the same, no matter whether they're made over in Korea or they're made in US, they're the same. They sound the same. And, I didn't even chime in, but I'm like, I own both. I can listen to both. There is a difference, in my humble opinion.
So I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you say it WOLF or WOOF?
Wolf. WOLF. Wolfgang.
Wolf.
I'm hearing a lot of woof.
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Woof.
Wolf.
I don't know. Maybe that's the southern slur.
No, I thought that, but R2's got the same thing.
Oh, I wonder how
Rough.
Miles from Australia would say it.
Yeah.
9.
Let's see how Raw Blackmore official says it.
There he is.
What's up, man?
What's going on, Rob?
That man is always ready to rock.
Man,
Real
he's got
quick,
the
Ryan.
Angus stance and he is ready to go.
Real quick, Ryan. These are
Let us have it.
USA.
Well, considering the fact I don't have any top teeth, I'll say Wolfgang.
Hang on just a minute. R2, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, man. This is the made in Japan
Mm-hmm.
Wolfgang. And these have the USA pickups.
Yep. And the stainless steel frets.
And the stainless steel frets with the bird's eye.
Yep. Now hold those pickups a little closer on that angle that you had. Now, if everybody notices the pole pieces, can you angle it back a little bit more where we can see the pickups flat? All right. You see the pole pieces, how they extend and they have like a little indent on the top where it gets smaller?
Right into white bobbin.
That's how you can tell that those are US pickups. They protrude from the top. And
This sounds different than my standard.
yep.
Does the other one sound like shit, or is it just different?
No, it's just different.
It's different. I mean, the standard sounds good, but there's something about the USA. I mean, I have the 2010 USA Wolfgangs, USA pickups, and it sounds great, man. I just can't describe it. I mean, Ryan knows what I'm talking about. You can just tell just by plugging it into your amp or anything.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say, again, I hate to keep showing this one off, but the Korean-made pickups in this guitar sound absolutely fantastic.
And that's what I say about my standard. I mean, I love them. It's just different.
Yep, they're different, but they sound absolutely fantastic. So,
We start a poll to guess what color Ryan's undershorts are.
I had to look and make sure I was wearing shorts.
Good to see you, Rob Blackmore.
Yeah, Rob has a new addition to the family he wants to show off. So here you go, Rob.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Very nice.
Very thin body. Also, according to what they say, it's made out of poplar with a mahogany top.
Is it poplar or poplar
Popular.
or popular?
It's a popular wood to use.
Well, we'll say poplar. Popular with a mahogany top, has the curve, and it has the chromatic, double humbuckers in it. Pneumatic bridge.
Very cool. Is that the special, the SG special, or the tribute?
Yeah, it's the
It's Epiphone. Okay, Epiphone SG.
Epiphone
Nice.
SG E1 Satin. I guess every time I looked it up, it was saying, like, I'd see videos with special on the headstock, and then I see videos with this. It's off the headstock is matte with the silver Epiphone logo on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got the stock tuners on it, and it has the plastic nut.
So that still has the old style Epiphone headstock. So that's a couple years old.
Yep.
Yeah. Very cool. Did you find that as new old stock, or was it a used guitar?
No, it was brand new.
Okay. Very cool.
The only thing they had it was along on the play when I was looking is they had the Epiphone 1961 SG, and it was in cherry red. They consider this here a vintage red or a vintage worn red, like when you see the walnut color one.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, when you see the walnut color SG like this, it's a whole different ballgame when you see it in person, because this is an Indian Laurel fingerboard.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see the walnut and the Indian Laurel fingerboard looks like a piece of cardboard.
It's just the difference in the tone of it, the color tone.
Yep, yeah. That's all it is. It's basically, they had 3 colors when they issued this one. There was like a forest green, and this vintage cherry, and the walnut vintage. I believe they're all considered as worn or faded, which way you want to call it, just to give that throwback style to the original SG.
Right.
With a half batwing on it.
Very cool. Well, you got it plugged in. You ready to go? You want to give us some sound samples?
Yeah. Hopefully YouTube doesn't give it a scratching, but it probably will. Hello. Next. Sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good. I was turning on echo cancellation on and off while you were playing, so yeah, sounds pretty good. And you're playing through that little Fender 50, is that right?
Fender LT25.
25, yeah. That's right, the little small desktop version.
That was a metal lead. I was messing around with the first preset, and it was a Fender clean. And like I was saying a couple shows ago, I was trying to get close to what, emulate David Gilmour. And I happened to see like a little tip today that Joe Bonamassa had gave, because there's been somebody that had sold him a 64 SG. And he was basically saying, like, with the tone, and he said throughout the whole series of SGs, no matter if they're dual or they're single, try to keep your tone on 5 to maintain that warm, vibrant sound. And I'll give you guys a little sample, if you will, of the kind of closeness of a David Gilmour tone I kind of think I may have.
Sure, man.
I'll do the same process again.
Yeah, we can't hear anything. Sounds pretty good from what we can hear. It's a little difficult to pick it up off your mic. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a little low. Even the master volume, like I got gain at like 5 after, volume at 5 after, treble at 5 after, bass at 5 after, and the master at 5 after. It just seems like when I go in to do some editing, like I can leave it bare bones with just overdrive and some delay with the clear tone. And when I go in to adjust and put a little bit of a rock tone, or like a rock edge to it, like if Dave Gilmour would play like Rattle That Lock, where it's a little bit more hairy, a little bit more bluesier rock and roll, I gotta turn up the level a little bit on the rock dirt to get it to sound sufficient. At room level, it's comfortable, but it's
Speaking of comfortable, have you heard my David Gilmour tone?
Well, you
Love
got to
it.
do it.
There we go. How's that for a Gilmour tone? Was that close enough?
Very nice.
very nice.
Yeah,
Bryce
that was like
Pringle- Bryce
that's like
Pringle says that's fake. Yeah, that's not you playing.
no, that's not me. It's a backing track.
No, he says it sounds so good. It sounds like you're faking it.
But see, that's the thing. Like John was talking about earlier, you know, on these tones, it just meshes right in. So hopefully that sounded good. Let me catch up in the chat here.
Even better with a Strat. Just saying.
You know, now that you mention that, I may have a little something special for next week. Sort of something Gilmour related, and it might have to do with a Strat. So we'll have to wait and see what that is. So everybody needs to tune in. Maybe Thursday, maybe next Sunday, but we'll have a little David Gilmour kind of thing going on. So let me see. Scott was saying that, yeah, I'm never buying a guitar online again. It's tough, man. It's tough, you know, to find stuff local, and sometimes you're tempted just to get it online. I think that if you get a good relationship with a shop, and you're able to have them take it down and give you a hands-on, you might be okay. But just ordering blind from, you know, big box store, you just never know what you're going to get. Let's see. Bryce is out of here. Gotta have. Oh, online. Okay, I thought he said he was leaving. Gotta have a return policy. Otherwise, nope. I agree. Let's see. Oh, we're still back on the Rosewood stinking. Now, this is a story that I think I need to hear. Monkey vomit PRS story. You guys know what he's referring to there? Nope.
No.
Scotty, do tell.
We'll have to have Scott tell us what he's
Maybe
referring to there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Catch up here. Jimmy, if you guys want to come, I'll jump on. We're a bit full right now, but you know, we'll keep you in mind. Let's see. What is going on in the chat here? Just going through, catching up with you guys.
He was asking for a link to the software that you guys are using to
RipX.
rip these off. Rip
Is it just ripx.com? Or just do a search for RipX. I think they're out of Austria or Germany or something. And like we said, it looks a little sketchy, but it's legit. We can try to find a link in a bit, but if you just do Google search for RipX, I'm sure that you could find it. Quentin James is in the house. These kids are nerds. That's right, man. That's right.
Quit. What the?
But nerds like bacon too, so it's all good.
100%.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Kurt 5150 says my standard. I upgraded to Potts and a Floyd on mine. You know those standards. If he's talking about the Wolfgang standards, Wolfgang standards. Those are some massively fantastic guitars for the cash. You know,
Sure, man. I
and
haven't
a little,
changed anything on that.
yeah, a little bit of tweaking here and there, a little fretwork. You know, who cares if it's $500 guitar?
Yeah, the electronics are good. I just changed the posts and the saddles.
Robbie's had to work with fret ends on the FU Tone Boogie Body necks. Let's see. They are different for sure. I emailed you about this. Yeah, I remember that. And he's talking about the Wolfgang pickups, I'm sure. And listening, like we said, A and Bing them together. You know, some of it's going to be the guitar itself sounds different, but there's just something about the USA Wolfgang pickups that I prefer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, butt cheeks. Cheers, man.
What's up, Brendan?
There we go. Poplar. I agree with the way Robbie says it.
Well,
I'm telling you,
when
I
I
haven't-
went to play to pick this one out, they had they had the Wolfgang standard Solar Burst, and man, was it heavy.
You see that comment there, Rob? This was a little earlier when you first came in.
Before you started playing.
That was that. Remember the long? Yeah, that was.
That goes back.
That goes back a
goes
couple of
back
shows.
a while ago.
Yeah.
We were talking. Never mind.
Who's obsessed now? C&G?
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy. We know.
Wait, it's Trev's birthday.
Quentin is asking, how old is Trev now? 100?
132.
Not yet. We crested the hill, though, for sure.
Half of that, man. Half.
Kurt says, Quentin is here. I blocked him. He can't see me. Yeah, I thought Quentin had unfriended all of us there at some point.
Except me.
Thank you, Patty. Appreciate it.
Quentin, I want to do a little jamming here, man. Maybe do a little cheating, you know. But no go, bro. Maybe next time.
Oh,
Okay,
Ripex.
here's the story. They had some piece of wood that smelled like monkey vomit, and it stunk up the whole shop. I forgot what interview he talked about that on. Can you imagine?
I can't imagine what monkey vomit smells like.
Well, I just imagine it.
I guess it depends on what the monkey ate. I mean, it might smell like rotten bananas or something.
I'm telling you, dude. And going back to that story I was telling you about.
What's up,
guitar-
butt cheeks?
What's up, brother?
Hey, Brian.
The salesman at Guitar Center agreed with me, and I even told him, I go, listen, dude, I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. I thought it was you. And he's just like, dude, I thought it was you. And then we're both looking at each other because every time we got near this guitar, because he had remember, this is like a high-end guitar in a Guitar Center here in Chicago. They had it up like you had to ask the sales guy to go get it for you. He had to get up on a ladder and bring it down to you and give it to you. And I think when he went up there and he handed it to me, he was just like, he had this like stank face, and I had the stank face too. I mean, right away. I mean, you didn't have to go up to the neck to go like, oh yeah, that's it. I mean, it was an odor like a mile radius.
So he's thinking it's you, and you're thinking it's
I'm thinking
him.
it's him, and every time I'm playing it, I'm going.
And you're
"Dude,
both giving him the Charles Green face.
yeah, I'm like, dude. And then I'm like, I put it down. I put it in the guitar stand. I picked up another guitar, and I'm like, I don't smell it anymore. And then I picked up the guitar again. I'm like, whoa, dude. It wasn't until I went like this to my hand. I go, whoa. And I go, dude. So I go up to the sales guy, and I go, hey, man. He goes, wait, what do you think about that Fender? I go, smell this. Smell this, man. And he goes, "No, that's okay." I'm like, "No, smell this, man."
Smell my fingers.
Yeah, no. I'm like,
Oh
and he
man.
goes, "No, I know what you're talking about, man." And I go, "Dude, I'm gonna be straight up with you." I go, "I thought it was you." And he goes, "I thought it was you, dude." And we go up to the neck, and he goes, "Dude, this thing stinks." And I'm like, "Yeah, man." I go, "This guitar stinks." And he goes, "I wouldn't pay $2,500 for this thing." I'm like, "Put it back up on the top shelf, dude, on the top rack
Please.
up there, please."
Oh man.
And then
Small bass guitar.
it wasn't until I went to, like I said, Steve from Boston that I mentioned, because I saw it. He had the same guitar, just with the all rosewood neck, and he was raving about it. And I go, "Dude, I was this close to buying one." I go, "But it smelled like somebody rubbed their ass on it." And then a whole bunch of people chimed in saying, "Oh yeah, rosewood. If it's not cured enough, and the moisture, it just smells like somebody just
Somebody mistaked it for the Ron G string.
There you go. Played it and didn't wash their hands first.
Oh, dude."
There, it was a shitty guitar.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man. Uh-oh. Randy Price is tracking down Kurt 5150 looking for some popcorn.
Yeah, right? Come on,
Who
man.
is that? Is that John? Oh, that's John playing. I thought that was you, Rob. It's like, man, that thing sounds good.
Colonels.
What else we got going on, boys? Anything in the news?
That sub imploded, didn't it?
That's what I hear.
Oh,
That's what they're saying.
There's lots of people making fun of that. Like, really? Come on, folks. It's above all and rest. They're human beings after all. Have some decorum, right?
You know, I agree with that. But at the same time, how smart do you have to be to get into a sub that's piloted from a PlayStation control?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't wish the harm on anybody that got into that thing, but I mean, come on, that thing, you have to sign a waiver that it was dangerous and you might die. I don't know.
yeah. No,
I don't understand it at all.
Definitely a sad piece of history for sure.
Thoughts and prayers with the families.
Absolutely.
big time. Yeah.
Absolutely. I guess for an implosion, I mean, you got to think about it. You picture an aluminum can. If you put enough pressure on it, it immediately is just going to completely squash, right?
Wash. Yeah.
So that would be the saving bit. At least it was
This is quick.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would hope. And I think they determined that it was several days before, when everybody was holding out hope that they would find them, that it was nearly, whoa, we got some storms brewing here. That it was pretty quick after they started descending. Isn't that the understanding that you guys had, or?
Yeah,
I
but
think so.
the thing that gets me is it was like the whole construction of this thing was suspect, right?
A
And
high
to
school
pay,
shop class project that they should be
to
maybe
pay
taking
$250,000
to
to pay $250,000 to get in something that on the outset is. I don't understand it. I really don't. Why would you do that? To see what?
I would have just brought a bunch of weed with me and. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as they lost comms, I think that's probably when it happened. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Bryce. That's what I was saying. They had to have some kind of responsibility for getting on the thing in the first place.
Look, I'm just going to say something real quick. It's going to piss off a bunch of people, but I don't care. I'm going to say it. Isolate me. When you hire a bunch of individuals and you say that you want to be equal opportunity and you don't want to hire somebody that's middle-aged, 50 years old, 40 years old, who is an expert in the trade, what is that called? Equal opportunity. You're going to save some money. I knew right there that was the problem. Big time. When you're hiring somebody to do something that dangerous and they have nothing to do with it, and you want to show people that you can have a 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, whatever, do what somebody who's been trained for a long time to do in their trade. When you cut corners, that's a problem. That's
Yeah, I agree.
That's all I'm seeing with that.
Especially with a huge risk like that. Right?
Yeah.
It's your
I
life.
mean,
It seemed to me like the guy that was building the thing had the attitude of, you can't do that. You can't do. Oh yeah, hold my beer. Let's see what happens. So we saw what happened.
yeah.
GNC says he watched an expert the other day talking about the sub. He said that when the sub implodes, the humans would have been compressed into a cube the size of half a bar of soap.
DeGrasse Tyson said on Twitter that if you go up to space, you're in -1 atmosphere. At that kind of depth, you're at like plus 600 atmospheres. It's just immense.
Yep, for sure. Scott Brockway says apparently the sub was poorly constructed and not designed to withstand that kind of pressure by 24 to 1.
Yeah,
Just humans trying to make
carbon
money and being
fiber
stupid.
instead of like metal.
I mean,
and
but
shit.
you think about that for a minute. The guy's trying to make money. Okay. Well, in order to make money, you want to be around to use it, right? I mean, so he obviously
But you hire individuals that know what they're doing.
But he obviously was so arrogant that he thought that there was nothing wrong with his sub.
Right.
So I'm going down. He went down in it.
Now, if you have somebody who can consult him and tell him, "Hey, man, this isn't a great idea," from my experience,
Apparently there was a
covering
reason.
and so forth, and
That's the thing that I'm saying though. He was like, I don't care. Hold my beer. Watch.
When you're bolted in, you can't get out of it unless somebody's outside with an impact gun to open a hatch for
Yeah.
you.
It's
But they have a
nuts.
little window like this and the shitter's right there. Like, I mean, come on.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You would never seen me stepping in that thing.
Nope.
Fruitcake Tony, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Am I early?
It's cheaper than
we just started.
Just a few minutes late. We just started.
Tony's always on time.
Yes, sir. You did miss the trivia today, though. Sorry. So you're a little late for that.
One shot, half rock and roll trivia.
And there was no prize, so
No.
oh well. Let's see. Alonso says, but this company had made a couple of immersions before. Test 2, and there wasn't an emergency system that would allow the submarine to get to the surface. I don't know, man. That's odd. I agree. And their tests, I don't ever think were as deep as they have tried to go for the... Oh, what we got here?
Look at that. A birthday on
We
camera.
have got some birthday donuts. Long and McQuaid $50 gift card. Very cool.
Wow. Right on.
Somebody loves me.
There we go. Cheers for those presents. And knowing that your birthday was coming up, I wanted to spread the love, and some of the stuff that I had won on Fruitcake's Tony show I shared with Trev. Did you get that package, Trev?
I did. I haven't inflated the blow-up doll yet.
So I just wanted to share the wealth and pass that forward, pay it forward.
You'll
So
see that the gecko is here, hanging off of Ed's foot there. On
oh,
the
there it
Marshall.
is. That is the, let's see. There we go, the Patty Bumblebee gecko. Very cool.
Of
Nice.
course, my daughter
Nice.
wants that. I said, I got to put it up for a little while at least.
Right. You are the only other person that has one of those from that batch. I kept all the other ones. I'm greedy,
All right.
but I figured you were deserving. Actually, you wanted
Pretty
one.
cool.
Oh,
There you go.
Harley's got one.
Well, I got this from Patty, so
Yeah. Yeah. Big shout out to
This
Patty.
is how you made. Thanks, T-Cake. Cheers, man.
Let's see.
Tone Cake's in here. Nice.
Tea-Cake.
Oh,
That's short
sorry.
for fruitcake cone.
I thought you said TK.
Titanium and carbon fiber shell on the sub, woven layers. Not a good idea.
Hips,
Well.
metal workers.
Obviously,
Yeah,
we
he
know
works on
that now,
boats.
right?
He knows.
Yeah.
Like I said, you need
Or
experts and
ships.
people that know what's going on.
Like, I guess a person could do stupid things, right? But you would think if somebody's going to embark on a major exploration like that, there has to be some regulatory things that you would have to pass to prove that your vehicle's seaworthy, right? But
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Do they
jackass
make
can
you pass a physical before you go up Mount Everest and freeze your nuts off? Become a part of the ice shield?
the landscape? Yeah.
You know, you go down to the jungles of the Amazon and start tooling around on rivers full of piranhas with giant anacondas and crap in the trees. And probably don't make you sign a waiver. Well, they probably would make you sign a waiver, wouldn't they?
Right?
there's no
GNC is
lessons
saying
there.
that there were emails several weeks prior from team members expressing safety concerns, and the head guy told them to stop crying.
Right?
Right?
That's how
You
it
know,
goes.
sometimes you just got to stand up for what you know is right. And, you know, if they tell you just to shut up about it, I think that would be time to go somewhere else.
I'm not getting into that propane cylinder.
Nope. Now I
It
got
would
to
have
do
been
it.
safer. Big fucking propane tank probably just got a hole in that thing.
It's just a
Yeah.
pinhole.
Seems to look bad. There we go. International water, there are no regulations.
Right?
There we go.
Pretty much go and do whatever you want, I guess.
Safety be damned.
Ken says they opted to not certify the sub. That will prove costly, I think, come lawsuit time. And there will be lawsuits, signed waivers or not.
Yes, there will.
Yeah.
And was
But-
this an American expedition or was it European? Like the
When the mothership went back to port, it went to Newfoundland.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Question.
Joe, hurry.
there you go, and light a smoke too.
That'd keep the pressure inside the thing, right?
That's right.
Wouldn't hurt. Everybody.
Probably inhale the fart. Implode the fart.
Never go to the bottom of the sea in a sub built in someone's garage. Yeah, I would agree with that. For
I
sure.
would actually
Advice.
full stop after never go to the bottom of the sea. Period.
Yes. Yep.
Even in a, you know,
Where's the
Nimitz-class
guy
submarine.
that
Nope.
built that thing? Is that guy still alive?
No, he was in.
No,
it.
he was in it. He was
he
the
was-
I believe
pilot.
it's the guy with the
Oh,
joystick.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
then we're even. We're good.
Bad situation all the way around. What can you do?
I thought he made it out like he was.
Well, this is the thing, though. We live in such a politically correct world that what can you do? You can stop, like you just said earlier. Stand up for yourself, or somebody say, "Hey, this is nuts.
Yeah.
Stop it."
Yep. Yeah. Brendan's saying the dude said he admitted that he cut corners too. Carbon fiber, titanium. I saw a little piece on the news where he was sitting in the sub and he was talking about, he says, yeah, I got this from IKEA and, you know, this and that. And yeah, I got this from Northern Tool or whatever. It's like,
B stock carbon fiber.
Tony brings up an interesting point. There's probably a lot more of that. That's just the one that went wrong, especially in the smuggling industry, you know.
yeah.
Of contrabands. They've got homemade subs come up and down the coast all the time, right?
Yep. Sometimes you just got to tell it like it is.
Yeah.
Alonzo says Mr. Beast was invited to the expedition, but he declined because he was too scared. I wouldn't call it scared. I would call it smart.
Smart. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Scared that the yeah, no.
Exactly, Kurt. And what you said there, it's an accident. I mean, I don't know. Is what happened down there an accident, or is that just karma or inevitable?
I think it's just plain irresponsible on the guy that built the thing and then convinced other people to get in it with him. You know, obviously, like I said, he didn't think that it was going to happen because he would have never got in there unless he was ready to go. You know, who knows? So Friday night, another person stepped in front of a running Delta jet and got sucked into the engine.
That's gotta make a mess.
That's That's gotta hurt.
Just a little.
Seen what happens when a bird gets stuck in there. Couldn't imagine. Full-grown person.
Harbor Freight Titan. Brendan says, to Kurt's point, maybe this will make us think about our world problems.
Nah, I'm too ignorant.
Worry about my world.
The Darwin Award.
There you go.
I'm not worried about
exactly
that,
it.
man. I'm just
Natural
worried.
selection for sure.
I'm trying to figure out how to get my guitar to go live stream on this damn screen.
Roadcast.
That's your biggest concern. But it does. You know, I don't want to get all political and all this stuff. But it does make you think. If there's a person out there that thinks like that and is willing to get into this sub that's going to go down and get squashed, and he's able to convince other people to do that, how long before there's a person in a leadership position that's able to make that same kind of decision? Mm-hmm. That affects way more people than just the 5 that were in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. It's a scary thought for sure. That type of mentality is out there.
Jackass who build his own bulletproof vest and shoots himself in the chest with it. You seen that? Like, come on.
Shit.
Wow.
Wow, that's right.
Ballistic gel. You don't need to test it on yourself.
Well, if we're all doomed as a society, we may all just go ahead, may as well go out and get us all Rodecaster Pro 2 and, hook up guitars into our computers.
John just said something that just kind of brought me back to 1991. Back in 1991, 89, 90, 91, everybody was using the ADA MP1. Mm-hmm. Which is the Rodecaster now. And I would sit there and I go, I am not using ADA. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this and that. And then eventually what wound up happening is I wound up getting the ADA. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. These motherfuckers are trying to have me buy the ADA, and I'm sitting there going, no, I got something else. It'll work out.
You're totally right. I mean, I did exactly the same thing. Ryan said to me, so this is what you need. I said, okay. And then I tried 2 other interfaces because I had an idea that this was going to work. I didn't doubt Ryan, but I'm like, this has to work. It was almost like
it has to work, and it works. And it works when I tried the system that I was going through live on my own channel unlisted. I listened back to it, and I even did like these A and B comparison, and on the video I was saying this is is that, this is manual, this is auto, volume, this is stereo. Yeah. And I was going, all right, this sounds the best. And I finally saved everything, and I go, right, yeah, man, this is going to sound phenomenal.
And that happened to me. I had the Apollo interface. You can't get a better interface. And that was it. Like, it was Friday night, we got together, and Trev and Ryan sounds like shit. Next day, when the store opened, I got the Rodecaster. I came home that night. They're like, there it is. But I still went through the 2 interfaces, and
and props to you for doing that. I mean, sometimes you have to go your own journey.
It's still a way. I'm still gonna figure this out, man. My whole thing is that I don't want to mic the cab. Right now, I don't want to mic the cab because I don't want to bother anybody. And I know there's a way of doing it. I'll figure it out. And then one day,
for a brief moment there, John, you were an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what an asshole is, right? The person that asks you for advice and you give it to them, they do something completely different.
Yeah, it's like asking for directions,
Yeah. Well, you can't get there from here. You got to go somewhere else to start.
Well, you know what though? You're true, right? I mean, that's part of that sells us all this fucking gear and stuff. Is we were thinking this. If I'm sure between Ryan and myself, we could say, "What are you after? This is what you need to get it," because we bought all the shit. We've played with all the, but you got to go through it, right? I mean, my system. The better it sounds, it's the less gear I'm using, actually. Really. I'm using an amp and 2 pedals.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here. The less gear I'm using is my interface into my plugin into the freaking StreamYard, dude, and it sounds great by yourself. But Ryan's right. There's this kind of mix minus. There's somewhere where the audio is playing back and rejecting it and loop back, and it's just echoing.
And all I can say is that I did the mix minus, mix plus, mix fuck yourself. And nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, I did
the moment I got the Rodecaster, I plugged the mic into the thing, and what did I have to learn how to do? Turn off my exterior feed. That was it, and it was done. And all the rest has been gear related, making the mix sound good.
Yeah. It takes all the frustration out of getting the sound into the computer for streaming. Yeah.
Plus, it lets you do the whole jamming with the backing tracks and
I mean, that's what I wanted to do with my dog.
That's stupid shit.
How can you
Mikey
not?
Mojo. All that stuff.
I could do that with my dog, dude. I had that all set up.
Yeah, but it doesn't work, and it's been 3 months.
No, it's been a day, dude. I haven't tried it with other stuff.
A day since last week.
I don't know. It's been about 6 months so far.
Anyways, I think these motherfuckers are shanghaiing my shit, dude. So I'll go live on my channel. Go fuck yourselves.
Fuck you guys. I'm out.
I'll make it up to you, Trev. I was gonna do a big fucking Trev happy birthday shebang. Play some Gojira, some Judas Priest, some all.
Dimebag.
Oh no! But these guys fucked it up for me. So you guys get.
Where's the mic? You got to drop your mic at least.
Pull the headphones up.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on this shit right now, because I go fuck this thing right now.
Is Joe Hervey saying, are you using a tube amp or an amp sim? If it's R2, R3?
It's one of the best fucking plugins.
So he's using fake shit.
He's using a fake amp sim. Yeah. John and myself are using tube amps.
Yeah. Oh, my shorts fucking suck, right? Oh.
Never seen them.
Oh, it sounds so fucking like a box. Come on, you motherfuckers. I got tube amps right here, man. You guys are making it sound like it.
Ken says it didn't sound like crap. It's just not what you were expecting or wanting. Yeah.
No, it sounded great by myself. Sometimes I guess you just got to whack it off and with other people not watching you, I guess, you know. So that's the way it goes.
Well, that's pretty cool. Bo says, my dad built most of the framing on the first moon car that went to the moon in '69.
That shit worked.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they lost the technology.
Yeah, but your dad wasn't probably in his back shed getting old tire irons and
going to
railway ties and putting it all together.
Yep. So Jimmy Ray says, I have an X quad core Apollo Twin, Universal Audio aux box, works with Logic or Luna. I'm left using Logitech Extreme KMI. So I'm getting a Rodecaster 2. All right, man.
Right.
See, we're all in cahoots.
You got the same shit I do. You got all high end. I got Mesa Boogie Gear 22 shock mount racks with the tri-axis with all the effects. I got a custom shop head here with 4x12s. I got three.
The train is leaving the station.
You just gotta, you gotta get the shit, man.
Yeah, but see, here's the difference in them is that Alonzo's saying that the amp sims are good. He's been using them for a while. Absolutely. If you're plugging in and you're recording straight to something and you're putting drum tracks over it and you're building your own song and that's what you're using and that's all that you're doing with it, great. But for what we're doing here, trying to broadcast this out,
multi-person,
basically a podcast, and the additional benefits that you get on this thing with, like John said, the backing pads and the effect pads. This thing is fantastic,
And it's cheap,
thing I miss
relatively
is the noise
speaking.
gate.
Look, this is what I should do.
Sliders.
I should make the 5 test videos that I did there unlisted public, so you can see what it was supposed to sound like.
Well, pull one up and play it right here. Play it.
But is it going to sound the same?
Yeah. Here we go. It's going to have echo when you play it.
Well, yeah, it's going to have echo.
Like
no. If you just pull it up on YouTube and you post the YouTube,
but you're going to have it sound like. If I don't have it go through my the third-party black hole, it's going to sound like underwater.
Well, it's
But
a
if you
video
had a
on
Rodecaster
YouTube, though,
Pro
right?
2, it would sound awesome.
No, it's.
I can see the steam coming out of his ears.
Oh, I know what you guys are trying to do, but I'm telling you, man. Here, what I'll do is I'll just fucking go live. You guys can go eat a dick.
Yes.
If you don't believe me, go to my channel, watch my shorts. Fuck the
Can't
other
see your
videos.
face.
Watch the shorts.
Can't see your face.
So we're not going to get a link then to play them here?
I'll send you guys the link so you can hear it, but I know what it's going to sound like. The only reason why I know, because believe me, guys, I've been on podcasts with my other, and we would play videos from my channel. I'm going to play you guys a video from. I'm going to play you one of my shorts, and I would listen back the next day. Because I know Ryan doesn't like to watch himself the next day after live, but I like seeing how I sounded, how I looked, just make sure my haircut's doing okay, and I would look back and I go, "Oh my God, is that what the fucking playback sounded like?" It just sounded like underwater. So I learned that when you play a video on StreamYard that's from a YouTube link, it just sounds like crap. You have to have a third-party playback, loopback.
Not to call bullshit on anything, but we do this all the time through StreamYard. Correct, Trev?
Hey. All right. So here we go.
Now Ryan's going to demonstrate the power of.
Let's put R2 up here. Let's see.
You got consent?
All right. Sounds good here.
Sounds good here.
Let's test everybody. How did it sound?
Sounded great.
How did
Yeah,
it
in the
sound
chat,
playback?
how did it sound?
Yeah. Everybody says it sounds great.
All right. Thank you for playing that, man.
Yeah.
So now play your shit that you were playing today that you said was awesome.
All right.
Yeah, you said you had some that are private. So go ahead and release them and we'll.
It was the test. Here, let's do it.
Yeah, you got sounds great. You rock. Got the rock. Sounds awesome. Killer. Sounded fine. Is Trev using the Rodecaster? No, Trev is not using.
No, I use Scarlett 2i2. I've got a mic on the Marshall cab.
How can I play my unlisted?
And this thing here, but they're blended. I can turn the knobs on and off, but getting them back to where they ought to be is a pain in the ass. It's not like a nice little slider where you can hit the right spots. And then, yeah, I think the Marshall's at like 2 and a bit to be able to still be able to talk and play and stuff. But I can adjust the preamps down and get the Marshall up to, 7, I think I had here. Let me share this video from my page.
Can see your face. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That was
see?
today, buddy?
Sounds fine.
That was today, R2?
No, those were quite some time ago.
Well, we can see your face, and it sounds awesome. He's just not even responding to us
No,
anymore.
he's not listening to
I'm
us
sitting
anymore.
along right now. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can post. Because when I go to my channel, it's the unlisted stuff doesn't come up. So I'm going to my YouTube studio. Hold on.
Okay, while you wait, I'm going to play a minute.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for R2, 100%. Hey, there's Trev.
Let me
And he's
see.
frozen.
All right, let's
That's
see.
like
I'm gonna see.
What's happening here?
Double present.
Oh, he's really, really lagging.
Hello? Hello?
There he is.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, let's try it again.
Yeah.
Ooh, your internet took a shit.
I thought you said you were going to play
I think it's the
something.
computer. Well, I played a video from my channel with the Marshall at 7. And it sounds different. I crank it up versus having it at 2 here. I mean, it doesn't suck, but...
Gotcha.
That's
Where
why
did
I need
that
to
lay
get
it?
the Rodecaster so that I can have the Marshall dimed. Turn that on.
But it's
and
like-
turn this one off.
It's like you were saying the other night, like Ryan's amp sounds way better cranked up, and so does mine. So we need to get ISO booths and put our cabs out in the garage or the front lawn.
Well, I think it sounds okay where it
It
is.
sounds just fine.
Yep. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Exactly.
I'm confused. Did we lose R2?
Yeah, he just that's
Oh,
it.
he-
Quit the show. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, he got all ticked off.
Sundays at 2, the new experience with R2, R3.
He'll
Isn't
go
that
on at the
how-
same time as us.
Isn't that how Under the Bus got born?
I don't know that story. I'm not getting involved in that story. So
Oh, you're involved.
I'm Mr. Switzerland on that. Let's see. William says I've got 2,500 degree glass in my hands, so I can only comment every so often. But that sounded badass, R2, R3. There you go.
Thanks, man.
All right, here we go. Here we
There
go.
we go.
Test it. Test it. Test.
Your shorts sound better. I'm going to be honest.
There was some coming...
Oh, there we go.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Yeah, see, it's up and down.
Right. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Was that noise cancellation off? The echo cancellation? In StreamYard?
Testing. Testing. Stereo. Manual mic 133.
What are you fingering us for?
Automatic mic. Automatic mic. Manual mic 133.
You gotta dime it. 200. Work from there.
Manual mic. Cool beans.
It does sound different.
It does sound different, yeah. Sounds better at a higher volume, I agree. So something's different for sure. And that's going through the StreamYard trying to do what you were trying to do, right? So that's different than the way you do your shorts.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
of all, I have to tell everybody, go fuck yourself. And second of all, see, right there when you heard that, when the stereo opened up wide, that was that little StreamYard stereo. I had it off.
Oh,
It sounded compressed. And then I hit the stereo, and all of a sudden it just opened up.
Yeah, there
And
was
that-
one brief second where it sounded like $1 million. Just everything was aligned.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I go, there it is. I go, when I hit that stereo option, I go, man, it just sounded like stereo. And that whole phasing thing that you hear, that was just me turning on the chorus effect. I just wanted to see what the chorus would do, and I noticed it was just doing this like and going back and forth like a real slow phaser. But right there, I'm like, all right, I'll turn that thing off. I go, but when I turn on that stereo, I go, it should sound great. And there you go. I'm like, when I went live here not live, but in the green room, it just started echoing, and I'm like, oh my gosh! I go, what the heck's going on here?
Yep. Well, we'll get it figured out.
Anyway, there it is, guys.
Enough of a diatribe.
Is it storming up your way? Yes, sir. I can hear the thunder rolling out there, so we may have some weather rolling in here. I'm just hoping that my power doesn't go out. So.
No. You can see me getting dark. It's getting gloomy over here.
It's kind of like that up this way, too. Yesterday was scorching hot. Today it was like a haze this morning, and now it's like we're being pissed on.
Mm-hmm. How's the smoke situation up there in that? They finally get those fires out?
I didn't hear anything more on it, but it's not as bad as it was the week before, like 2 weeks ago. It's not as bad. Like you hear, you just look at my bedroom window here, and like right now, I can't see the Atlantic Ocean. But last 2 weeks ago, if I was doing the same thing, standing here looking out, you could just see like the drift clouds from it off in the distance.
Oh wow. There you go. You got Joe Hervey 84 says R2. I'll come over. I'll play the 6505 with you. Screw all this fancy stuff.
Right there, Joe Hervey. That would be the easy fix, man. I would just mic this up. I have an SM57. I'm using the SM58. Not right now, but as my vocal. And I would mic it up, and that would go right into there. But we're talking about $800, and I can get it. No big deal. That's fine. But the way you just guys heard it was through my DAW with my plug-in. And I was trying to see if I can use the input from my interface as the mic separately on my DAW. And then the second input would be through the plugin that I have, which I have multiple plugins. That's not the only plugin I have. But that was just a test right there. And when I opened up that stereo, it just sounded alive. It sounded good. It just sounded big. I mean, you guys saw it. You heard it in the beginning. That was the test I was doing. I was doing compressed without the stereo option. And then you turn off the echo cancellation. You turn on the stereo because you can't turn on the stereo with the echo cancellation on. And it opened it up. And that's when you guys heard it just go boom. You can, if you guys are wearing headphones, it just wide. And I go, there it is. That's all I need.
I'm sure there's probably just a setting or two that need to be found, and that would take care of it.
Right.
It just seems like all the echo is some kind of mix minus of taking your audio out.
And I think
that's what you're hearing.
That's what I was doing this morning. Was I was creating all these different buses on my DAW. I was trying to have the mic input go into bus 3 and 4, the guitar input go into 7 or 8. So that way it separates everything, and then the black hole, which is the third-party loopback, would go back, and you can hear the playback into which would be the StreamYard. And you know what? Basically, what I was setting up for was just for a live solo StreamYard. But then when it's multiple individuals, the moment I click off the echo cancellation and go to stereo, Ryan was like saying, I can only hear you, you're echoing, I can only hear you on one side. It was a mess. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So little by little, man. I mean, not bad for one day. I mean, I woke up at 8 this morning and started doing all this stuff. And I got excited, man.
Next team meeting, we'll see if we can't figure it out.
We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. If not, the next thing that's coming is, you know what it is? I'm getting the ADA MP1 preamp. That's just
there you go. Well, we'll be happy for you if you do.
Be happy with any setup you got going, buddy.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
jokes aside.
I know, man. I know. I'm just fucking with you guys.
Well,
With that,
Create some drama here for everyone. Everyone's like, "Oh, dude, they're fighting."
no, not at all. It's pasties. It's pasties.
It's fucking pasty over here.
motherfuckers. I'm coming to Georgia.
Bring it. Bring it.
Yep.
Well, that's about all that we've got for today, I think. What should we do to exit the show?
I'll try to play live. Let's try that.
There, yeah,
Give her,
let's do
man.
it. Crank it
Rob,
up.
play us out.
Oh,
He's like, no.
Fuck you.
Isolate.
come on now.
Oh man, oh man.
I got that interface I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago, and I got like a tablet. I haven't had anywhere chance to try to hook that up. I could just imagine that. My luck, I'd hook it all up and have the microphone sitting in front of me and go to push it towards my practice amp, and it'd take a shit on me.
Damn it, that one.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. I guess that'll
fuck
do it
yeah.
for tonight. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man, oh, man. All right, let's get played out of here. What are we going to play today? How about this one? And let's get back here to the chat.
Woo!
So, once again, thanks to everybody for hanging out. We had Patrick, Patty Dill, Joe Hervey, Jimmy Ray, Graphite and Cigars. All you folks here, Fruitcake Tony joining us late. Everybody in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Again, we have...
all the birthday love.
There you go. Yep. Another round of happies to Trev today. The Facebook link is in the description over there. Got a Facebook page. We are live on Facebook as well. So if Facebook is one of your preferred means of media, then you can check us out over there. And Trev, thanks for joining. John, thanks for being here. R2, R3. Rob Blackmore, appreciate you coming in. And we will be doing something again. Transtream Thursday. Maybe have a little something going on with the Strat and some David Gilmour something by Thursday. I'm not sure. Might be Sunday, but got a little something coming in. And I know that we will have something that I can show Thursday. New little something to go onto the pedal board that I'll be putting together. So looking forward to that. So we will see everybody Thursday. So until then, see you next time.